setting our screeners and ball screening for the point guard.
In this clip, look for our point guard to make a wing entry pass, cut the ball side block, set a baseline flex screen, and then receive a staggered screen at the top. Finally, to go on a right-hand dribble and receive a ball screen for a pull-up jump shot.
Our next band special is called Weave. What we're trying to do is create dribble weave situations where our kids can penetrate and aggressively hunt shot opportunities for themselves or for each other on a kick out or a forward drop. Our point guard is basically going to try to get into one of the first two gaps to start out and get a kick to one of the wings. Early on, it might be a little bit more difficult to get the interference that you need, but what we're looking for is a penetration and a kick. And if we can be in that area after we kick to this guard, if we can be in the area and run any kind of interference for the continued weave penetration that we're looking for, it really helps. As we make the kick, if we can run any kind of interference here, it's really key to us being able to turn it north-south toward the basket. Now, in this case, we're coming off, we get the kick, and the defender here on the new ball guard goes underneath the interference. And when that happens, we're able to use that interference to create an open jump shot. When the dribble weave action is taking place, we're just going with forward interchanges. Forward interchange, replace, lots of movement, all the while having vision of the basketball because penetration is a very real option for our forwards on a drop situation.
In this clip, watch for a guard dribble weave, forwards flat to the baseline. We're going to end up with a pull-up jump shot. The defense goes under the interference, creating the space for the shot.
Our next man special is called flat. We like flat, especially for end of the quarter situations, to create a open, driving, isolated, very little help opportunity for a good penetrating player. So simply a 4 flat to the baseline. We try to tell our lead person, lead guard, whoever it is to come out, that's going to come out and run this play, we try to tell them to make sure that they set themselves up for their best move. If their best move is a hard left-hand crossover, or if their best move is a spin back, or if their best move is an inside-out move, they need to set themselves up as the clock's winding down to go to their best move. As we approach and as the guard starts to become aggressive on whatever move he's going to make, we tell our forwards as soon as he starts to get aggressive, we want a low forward interchange. Showing your hands, vision to the penetrator, that's an excellent drop opportunity. We tell our perimeter players to slide, once the guard gets to the lane, slide with hands in a banana type cut fashion so that you can catch and shoot all in one motion. In this case, we're going to get a penetration and finish off a flat.
In our first clip, point guard is ISO'd 4 flat. We beat his man to the lane and hit a runner.
In our second look at 4 flat, we get our weak side forward doing a nice job of shielding any oncoming or threatening help when our guard penetrates. We've got the 4 flat isolated situation once again. Our point guard makes his move, gets on a left-hand dribble drive, and there is help available in the lane to pick up our point guard, but our forward does a nice job of stepping in and posting offensively, becoming an offensive threat, but in the meantime, really what he's been able to do is set a moving screen. And that allows our point to continue on and get closer to the basket, and this help defense cannot get there in time before having to foul.
In clip number 2, pay particular attention to our forward on the left block. Does a great job of posting and sealing off the help defense, which allows us to finish this play.
A thought to keep in mind when coaching your kids and coaching your program is that in the end, it's not about us. It's about the kids. It's about planning for their strengths. It's about taking that team that you have this season and doing what you can to put those players in the best position to succeed based on their strengths. I think many times, I shouldn't say many times, but I think at times coaches get a little bit, and I know I get this way, where we know what we know and we know what's worked in the past and we know what we prefer from our comfort perspective. We know the offenses and defenses that we've been accustomed to, and we want to go that direction. We want to show our kids that same stuff year after year. But our challenge and our responsibility is to take our current players and do what we can do from a leadership perspective to help them succeed.